Hello, I'm Casey and today is Friday and that means it's Fresh Pasta Friday. Today I have a couple of different leftovers that I'm going to put together and make kind of a scrappy dough. I have some leftover pizza flour that I tried out a few weeks ago that I thought was 00, but it really did not turn out like the 00 that I was used to making with my egg pasta dough. So I'm gonna use up the rest of this flour, and then I'm going to, whatever I need to make my 500 grams, I'm gonna use my semolina. I also have my eggs, but I did have some extra egg yolks in my refrigerator, so I added, I think it was about 3 egg yolks, and then I added some more room temperature eggs to bring up my weight of eggs to 250 grams. You want to start off with 500 grams of flour. So this is my pizza dough flour as well as my semolina. I think when I weighed all this out, my pizza dough flour was about 365 grams, and then the rest was the semolina for me to get up to that 500 grams. Just gonna give this a quick little mix so the semolina and the pizza flour are evenly incorporated. And then I'm just gonna dump it out on my wooden surface and make my well, and then dump out my 250 grams worth of eggs. Today I'm making a pasta shape called Busiate. It's a pasta that comes from a part of Sicily that usually uses just a semolina dough. But like I said, today I'm going to be making a scrappy dough because I have a few leftovers that I just want to kind of clear out of my kitchen. So we're going to make this Busiate with an egg dough. So I'm going into my bench scraper to start cutting in that egg and more into the flour. And then I'll start doing my scoop and fold method. Typically, the Busiate is a shape from Sicily. I'm going to be making kind of like a creamy lemon sauce that goes with this. It's going to be perfect for the summer weather that we're having, and I think it's going to pair really nicely with this pasta shape. Okay, so I'm going to start kneading it with my hands. It is feeling a little bit dry, kind of like I experienced last time using this pizza flour, but I'm gonna soldier on because I know after you knead it for a while, it really takes some time for the moisture to set into the flour. So I'm going to continue kneading it and assess the moisture content after I've kneaded it for about 5 minutes. It definitely is drier than what I typically work with, but I'm going to continue with this and not add any water. I'm gonna do this because this shape, I do want a little bit of a stiffer dough just so it can hold its shape after I form it. And so I'm thinking this hydration is gonna be pretty spot on. So I'm gonna not break my back over this, and I'm going to, even in this state, I'm gonna cover it and let it rest. So it's been about 10 minutes. So let's uncover this and see how soft it is, or how malleable it is. Okay, so yeah, definitely a lot more malleable than how it was before I let it rest. If you feel like it is too dry, just give it like a 10-15 minute rest, and you'll be surprised after those glutens rest how soft it can get. So this is actually feeling really good. I'm gonna let it rest just a little longer, maybe for another 10 minutes, and then I'll start shaping it. So you kind of have your rod angled, and you start the pasta on its corner, kind of keeping your finger on that and rolling as you go. And then you can do a few more rolls just to really encourage it to stay in that shape. And then sometimes you're gonna have to like twist off, there you go, at the end. But it's such a fun shape. I can't wait to pair it with my lemon sauce that I'm gonna be making today. These are typically made or shaped along a a metal rod, but I scoured my house looking for a metal rod and I cannot find anything. So I use a wooden skewer and it works pretty well. That took a bit of time, but I finally got all of the pasta made. I have 2 sheets of it, and now it's time for it to dry for the next 30 minutes or more. But while we're waiting, we will get started on the sauce. I have some leftover ingredients from the past couple weeks, and all these ingredients are what I need to make this sauce, so it works out perfectly. Heavy cream, I have some Parmigiano Reggiano as well as pecorino, and then I have some lemons, and all this, believe it or not, is going to come together and make a delicious sauce to go on top of our pasta. I'm going to peel about like 2 lemons. You can also zest them, but this is how I typically like to zest it. I like to just peel it myself. When you're peeling the lemon, you want to make sure not to get any of the pith, which is that white part in here. That is going to be way too bitter, and that flavor is not going to lend itself to a great pasta sauce. So you want to try and peel it, just the actual rind. And then once I zest 2 of these lemons, I am then going to chop it up really nicely. So I have about 2 lemons zested right here, and I am just gonna finely chop them up. So I have my pasta water going, and now it's time to get the sauce going. I do have about 6 tablespoons of butter, unsalted butter in here that I'm gonna start off with. So I'm gonna let that melt, and then I'm going to add in my lemon zest. There's melted, and now I'm going to add in my lemon zest. The 2 lemons that I zested, I'm gonna add their juices in. Then I'm gonna add the heavy cream. Just keeping it nice and low. Let's add a little bit of salt in there too. Now I'll let this cook for a little bit while we wait on our pasta. So everything is almost ready to go. The busiate have been drying. The pasta water is about to be boiling. The sauce is pre-made. So what I'm going to do once I throw the pasta, again, since it's fresh pasta, it's only gonna cook for maybe 2 minutes. Then I'm gonna put it into the sauce and start marrying those ingredients together, the pasta and the sauce. And then once everything's mixed up, I'm gonna start sprinkling in some of the cheese that I had. So the pasta water's come up to a boil. I am going to start by throwing this first sheet pan of pasta in there. Okay, so this pasta has been cooking maybe for about 2-3 minutes so far, so I'm gonna take a test. Maybe just 30 seconds, because it's gonna do some more cooking when it goes into the sauce. So I don't want to overcook it. Okay, let's get it in the sauce and we can start mixing this together. And I'll start on the next batch. Okay, while I'm waiting for that to come to a boil, I'm gonna stir this together. So I've cranked this up to like a medium low. So it's coming back up to a boil. I'm gonna get this second sheet ready to be thrown. Okay, so as soon as this one's all finished, I'm gonna say it's probably gonna take 3 minutes. I'm going to put it in here, let it kind of cook a little bit, and then I'm gonna start sprinkling in my cheese. So I have all the pasta in my sauce. I added another ladle of pasta water. Now I'm gonna turn off my stove, and I'm gonna let this kind of cool down a little bit before I start adding my cheese to it. I'm also being really delicate while I stir because I don't want to break any of the pasta that I have in here. So I'm gonna start layering in this cheese. I don't want to dump it all in at once. Just want to gently fold it in there. And that pasta sauce is really thickening it up nicely. Look at how creamy and cheesy that is. It looks delicious. And let's top it off with some cheese, some cracked pepper, and we gotta give this a try. Okay, here's our Busiate with a lemon cream sauce. Look how cute those are! Those little curls. Mmm, so lemony, so creamy. Oh wow, this is perfect for summer. Bon appetito.